What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Too Much Tech. And in today's video we're going to be reviewing the SoundCore by Anker Live Q30 headphones. Huge shout out to Anker for sending these over for review as well. This is their new hybrid noise cancellation headphone that's going to be replacing the Q20, which is also their previous noise cancellation headphone. And this one does have some pretty notable upgrades. So let's go ahead and talk about the build quality of the headphone first. So you do have this brushed aluminum material up top, and then the rest of the headphone pretty much is going to be this plastic that has like this satin finish to it, and then a few bronze, rose goldy accents that say active noise cancellation, and then have the SoundCore logo. These do feature 40mm drivers. Even though the Q Life 20 also had 40mm drivers, they actually had a little bit of a bigger custom ear cup that was actually a bit more comfortable in my opinion on the Q20 than it was on the Q30, but the ear pad material is very similar. This is going to be another leatherette material, and it is pretty comfortable, extremely plush as well, so I do give this headset a pass in the department of comfort. Reason being, this headset is very adjustable. So the headband itself is extremely adjustable, and then you also get a lot of swivel and pivot motion from the ear cups themselves that give you that perfect seal on your ear. If headphones or gaming headsets or whatever, all those things pretty much can get an easy pass for comfort because you're not giving it a one-size-fits-all approach. Like, it just has to be extremely adjustable to be comfortable for pretty much anyone. That just makes it easier to recommend. Now let's talk about the technology built into this headphone. So obviously it's got USB Type-C. They do promise up to a 40-hour battery life. Obviously I can't really test that. They do last much longer than 5 or 10 hour listening sessions and still having a great amount of battery life left over. And obviously that's going to depend on if you're using the active noise cancellation. Obviously there's a lot of factors, but overall the battery life is great. They have not died on me yet. These do feature USB Type-C as well, and you can get a 4-hour playback time with just 5 minutes of charging. Now in terms of the controls on the headset itself, you do have obviously your volume up and down, play pause button, and then your noise cancellation button on the left side of the headphone. There is a touch responsive pad on the right side of the headphone that if you hold it, that only worked for me when I held it with 2 or 3 fingers to make the feature work. But basically you hold it on the right side of the headphone and it will activate the transparency mode. But I would try time and time again to get it to go off of the transparency mode by doing the same thing. And I always had to press the noise cancellation button on the left side of the headphone. So basically, if you want to swap between the different modes, just use the button. It's a lot easier. It's a lot less gimmicky. You're supposed to be able to hold it for 2 seconds, but I ended up holding it for like 3-4 seconds, and then it finally does it. So it's not a very quick thing. It is a little gimmicky. Now in terms of the audio quality, I'm not going to go too analytical into that discussion because it's very good. If anything, I would say it's similar to a Beats by Dre headphone, but it seems a little bit more natural and a lot less boomy than those tend to be. So bass response in this one is very tight and controlled. You obviously you feel the side of the headset, and it doesn't feel overwhelming. Like, it's not rumbling bass. It's not going to be cinematic. You can make it somewhat cinematic if you want to boost it up, but you can also entirely get rid of all the bass if you want just a little bit more clear, maybe vocal focused sound with the SoundCore app. So there are a lot of presets that you can use to make this headphone sound completely different. So if you don't like a lot of bass, you can get rid of it. If you like a ton of it, you can add more to it. If you want something in between, you can get the perfect sound for whatever genre of music, whatever type of media you're consuming. You can either use those presets or you can create your own EQ. Now, obviously outside of that, you can't change the sound stage. The sound stage is not massive because closed back headphone, but it's okay. It's workable for sure. But I wouldn't say that, hook this up to your PC and start playing games with it. Like, this is not a gaming headset in any capacity. This is just something to use maybe if you're at the gym or listening session out in public. Let's just say that you're at a coffee shop trying to get some work done. This would be a great headset for that because the active noise cancellation is going to be the last thing that we talk about, is actually pretty good. So one thing I will say, the noise cancellation, at first, if you just turn off all the audio and you're just walking around the room, you're like, it sounds okay. But if you're actually listening to music and using it, in a realistic scenario, and then you take them off and then you listen to your surroundings, you're like, dang, that active noise cancellation is actually really good. And for the price, the other things that I have to compare to it that I've tried in the past, so obviously AirPods Pro, but those are in-ears, but they do have okay active noise cancellation. And then above the AirPods Pros, I tried the Sony W whatever XM3s, I believe they're called. And that is the best active noise cancellation that I have tried to date, and they did come out with a revision, so I'm going to assume that, let's just say that one is 5 or 10% better than the previous version. I would put these somewhere between the AirPods and those Sony headphones. But overall, I do think that the Q30 is a solid upgrade above the Q20. And for about $85, it's hard to find another headphone that does noise cancellation and audio quality and comfort as good as these. Now, let's just say that you don't want to spend 85 bucks. I have seen the Q20s, the previous version, as low as about $45. So for half the price, I would say that it has about 80% of the audio quality of the Q30, and then maybe 70-ish% of the noise cancellation performance of the Q30 as well in the Q20 at that lower price point. So you do have a couple different options. The Q20 is still a good option, especially for the price. It's really not bad. But if you want that premium audio quality for not premium price tag money, the Q30 is a great choice. But alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll have both the Q30 and the less expensive Q20 linked in the description below if you are in need of a pair of new wireless noise cancellation headphones that are also really comfortable. Both of them are. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Feel free to drop a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.